What's up, everybody? It's me, Daniel, aka Sleeve Boppy. Thank you for following me on Instagram. I do now have a Facebook page, so you can follow me, Daniel Gonzalez at Sleeve Boppy. It's there now. I also have a YouTube. Don't really use it, don't really post on it. I usually go for the IGTV. I like the whole vertical video thing, so go ahead and follow me on there. But this is the promised vegan versus meat debate reaction video from the Joe Rogan podcast. So this reaction into three things: who used the most, to me, what I consider the most accurate sourcing and up-to-date studies in the debate. I'm going to grade that on 1. Number 2, I'm also going to grade it on who got the message across the most effective. And 3, who I think won the overall debate, regardless of what camp you're on. I'm going to try to be the most unbiased as possible. So what your body requires, not over ethics. I think ethics doesn't matter if you're vegan or meat eater. Ethics should have nothing to do with this conversation. Period. So during this debate, Kresser, to me, used the most up-to-date data available, from double-blind controlled studies to endocrinological studies that he cited all on his website on kresser.com or whatever it was. He cited all of those, and he gave links, in one spot where people can go verify for themselves, which I thought was very good. Now, Dr. Kahn also used a lot of references, but my take on his references was they were very dated. Everything, a lot from the 1960s, from the 1970s, from the 1940s and 50s. He used a lot of dated information with a lot of old science. Now, it doesn't mean it's bad science, it just means it's old science. And to me, what we're discovering about nutrition in this new, last 5 years holds more weight as far as evidence on for or against any particular form of nutrition than anything we've been using in the last 70 years. For the simple fact is we're learning more and more about how the body reacts to nutrition and other things than what we knew back in the day. Now, there's going to be other things that this is my opinion here. A lot of the studies that were funded back in the early days of nutrition and the food pyramid days were funded by the sugar industry and by meat industry to promote or against anything. So really, in general, both doctors promoted a whole food diet. They both promoted healthy fats, and they both promoted just overall clean eating as the basis of whatever meal plan you decide to follow. So these doctors, the only thing that they were really debating was the types of fats that are good to eat, and types of proteins that are good to eat compared to junk food like pizza, burgers, tacos, all that. So what they really were pushing for is whole food diet. Both of them did agree on that. So on my first thing that I want to really rate this thing on who won is Kresser on citing sources that were more up-to-date and more accurate compared to Dr. Kahn, who cited a lot older references and older studies for his point of view. Now, they were both, like I said, they were both correct on citing sources, and they weren't wrong, but to me, it's the newer, more up-to-date, blind controlled studies held more water, in my opinion. Okay? Second, who do I think delivered the message better? Hello, wifey, you're on camera, by the way.
Sorry. Hi.
Who do I think did a better job getting the point across? My opinion, probably Dr. Kahn. Dr. Kahn was a little more aggressive. He held by his his points of view and believed them a little bit more confidently than Chris Kresser. Now, does that mean he was right? Not necessarily, but that means he does have experience of over 40 years being a vegan, plus a vegan cardiologist, and is also a surgeon. So he has that experience to draw upon while making his points. So to me, that portion of the debate, he sounded more convincing on why you should be vegan, why being a plant-based whole food diet is the way to go for a lot of people. I go back to my original point that I made in the beginning of the video is this doesn't necessarily mean one or the other is right for you. It's, talk to your doctor, talk to a nutritionist, find out what your body is required under your blood type and your labs and all that good stuff before you make an ultimate decision. But for this purposes, Dr. Kahn takes a second column, and his delivery was better than Chris Kresser's, and that could be, nervousness or whatever. Chris Kresser just wasn't as confident in the debate compared to Dr. Kahn. And on my third, who I think won the whole thing just based on everything, to me, I'm going to have to be honest and say it was a little bit of a tie. It didn't end the debate. What it did is probably shed a little more light on the kinds of foods we should be avoiding and the kinds of proteins we should be consuming, and a bunch of medical terms and stuff that honestly a lot of it was over my head. But I did keep up, and I did listen to it twice. It's a 4-hour podcast, so it took me almost 3 days to really break it down. But if I had to pick, I would still pick a whole food, ketogenic, or paleo style diet over a vegan diet, just because for me and me personally, regardless of who wins this debate in the long run, you have to eat for what makes you feel better, right? And you have to truly listen to your body. And for somebody who's lost over 140 pounds and having success, a ketogenic paleo style diet, which is low carb for me, is working. Would a vegan diet necessarily work for me? Possibly, but I like meat. So, but outside of ethics and all of this, I think this debate on the Joe Rogan podcast is something that every person in the nutrition community, in the fitness community, in the vegan community, in the ketogenic community, in the weight loss community, and anything that involves health and wellness, that big umbrella, should definitely take a listen to, because both of these doctors did a great job getting their points across and truly trying to advocate for healthy whole food diets and meals for you as an individual, for overall health, not just over ethics, not just over all these other things, which I think I'll make a different video for that later on. But this specific thing, vegan versus meat, there is no true winner. I want to say that. There's just the debate. Who do I think won the debate? If I had to pick and you put a gun to my head, probably Dr. Kahn, just because of confidence in delivery compared to Dr. Chris Kresser. But on facts alone, it's a tie. There's great, they both cited great sources, they both put their points across very well, and they kept it very professional. But I go again and I say, I'm just a guy trying to lose a lot of weight, and these kinds of debates helped me realize a lot of things, and it's whole food diet is the way to go. And that is my biggest takeaway and my biggest reaction from this whole debate. So everybody, thank you for watching these videos. Wifey's back here hanging out on a Sunday with me, so thank you so much. I love y'all. Enjoy the rest of your week, and don't forget to follow me. Smash a like. Love y'all.